Good morning, class 8 students. Students, we are doing chapter number 4 and we are on some herds animals. Students, let's start. Many tribal groups live in the herding and rearing animals. Many tribal groups, the people who live tribal area, they used to live by herding and rearing of animals. The main job occupation of the people was animal rearing, and the pastoralists who move from with their herds of cattle or sheep according to the seasons, and they were the pastoralists who used to move from place to place with their cattle or herds. When the grass is one place is exhausted, they move to another place. When the grass, students, the grass, because the people, they use the main job, they live on the herds and rearing the animals. So then the place land grass has been dried up, exhausted up. They used to move to the another place. The Van Gujra of the Bengal, Punjab hills, and the Labadis of the Andhra Pradesh cattle herders, and the Gadis of Kullu were shepherds of the Bakharwala of Kashmir, reared goats. You will read more about them in your history book next year. Some took to settle cultivation. Students, there were some tribal groups also. So students, we are learning here about the different tribal groups. We have learned that some of them used to do the labor job. In the next last paragraph we have read that some of them used to do the herding and cattling. And here we are laying over some used to do a settle cultivation. Some used to do a jum cultivation also, that we have read in the previous topic in videos. So now we are going to read about the tribal peoples who used to do the settled cultivations. Even before the 19th century, many of within the tribal groups were begin settling down and cultivating their fields of one place year after year, instead of moving from place to place. Students, they were the tribal groups who used to do the settled farming also. They used to do different crops they used to do every year, and they used to do not move from place to place. They began to the use of plug and gradually got right over the land they lived on. The many cases, like the Mundas of the Chota Nagpur, land belonged to the clan as a whole. Clan means the group of tribal groups. All the members of the clan were regarded as a decentry and original settlers who have first cleared the land. Therefore, all of them has a right to on the land. Very often, some people within the clan acquire more power than the other. Some become chief and other of followers. Powerful men would often rented out their land instead of cultivating it themselves. Students, they used to do the settle farming, and the most powerful person, clan means a group of the tribal, they used to do all to farming all together, and the most powerful person from that group becomes the head and he used to do he used to rented the land to do the cultivation, and he himself do not do the cultivation. British officials saw settled tribal groups like the Gondas and the Santhas as more civilized than the hunter-gatherers. These peoples were most civilized. Those who live in the forest were considered to be wild and savages. They need to be settled and civilized.